but they, I mean, I do not get it. It's like they are trying to operate, just intentionally ill-equipped. Is it possible that Shapiro just wouldn't take it?
So that's actually been something that up there was speculation. I'm in a whole bunch of chat groups with Jewish leadership in Philly, and a lot of people speculated that maybe he saw how damaging this was. He was getting so much pushback from his community for apologizing for his positions on Israel. I even had to he had to apologize that he themed his bar mitzvah Israel. And there was just so much pushback. People were wondering if he actually turned it down. They don't know. I mean, the thought was either this is just, he was being questioned on policies that he has that are the same as Mark Kelly and, who, trying to think of all the other names that were in the mix on this. His position on Middle East is pretty much the same, but he got called out and questioned on it because of his religion. And so there's a lot of feeling about anti-Semitism, and it came from people within his own party calling it out, like Gottheimer and Moskowitz and Debbie Wasserman Schultz. I mean, some members of Congress called it out. Even Van Jones on CNN called it out, like really loudly called it out. So there's that. There's the camp that thinks that that's what happened, and then there's a camp that thinks that he just got fed up because it put him morally in a very horrible place. So I don't know. But I do know that his speech today, I caught part of it, and the room exploded for him in Pennsylvania.
Abby, he did a speech, like, he talked about not making the VP cut or something? Is that, or a different speech?
No, the speech that he just gave in Philly at Temple at McGonigal Hall. He just gave, it was before Kamala came out with Waltz. He gave a speech, but people are making fun of it because they said it was an Obama-esque speech in how he delivered it. But he's incredibly popular. The whole thing makes no sense. It does make sense if you go on the anti-Semitism route on this, on why the state that she needs more than anything else to win the election, she's got a guy that 6 out of 10 people in the state are crazy about, and she doesn't choose him. And she chooses someone from a state that really won't have much of an effect on the swings that are so significant for her, other than yielding, to the left progressive wing of her own party.
Can I add something, please, before?
I'm sorry, we went off on this. You want to go back to the topic in the room?
Oh yeah, I just wanted to say because of the day of the assassination attempt against Trump, he has even more supporters, and already he's a winner in the for so many people who are supporting him. So she doesn't have any chance. For the topic, is it about the what can I say? I really don't know what's the future for the war or how it will be. We need time to see how it's going on. It's really complicated. And I don't think so even Pakistan or Russia or, China would support Iran or giving them weapons or something. I don't know, it will be the third world war. It's a very critical situation at the moment we are. And we really don't know exactly what's going on until things happen. So I think it's like we have to be waiting for the clock goes on. But the thing as a patient is clear for me that these mullahs are so, evil, and they strongly are against Israel. And it seems that the Khomeini had only one goal. He had two goals. One, destroying Iran and Iranian, which he is successful. Because as a nation, he destroyed us. He destroyed our richest country in the world. We were fifth richest country in the world, and now 80% of the people are living under poverty. And so this is disaster. But the second goal Khomeini had was destroying Israel. I don't know if I'm not talking because I'm emotional or something. No, it's not so logic person, but it's just like if we could have a miracle and just get rid of these mullahs, then it might really settle everything and change everything. But till these mullahs are, we really don't know, because they are ready, like this Soren comes to the room, he's ready to kill his own mother, own children, own his wife, or everyone, for the Khomeini or Khamenei. So these people, they don't know anything. What command override? That's why we don't know really what's going on. We have to, if the Iranian people could, did you see what's happening in Indonesia? I think it's Indonesia, that they could remove their prime minister and they could change their government only by uniting. I wish Iranian people could just be united and destroy this evil regime of Iran. Then even Iranians and everybody in the Middle East could be at peace. Now I think Iranian people should really decide to do something before Pakistan, China, or even North Korea wanna interfere these conflicts, and of course they're supporting Iran. It's a breathtaking moment. We have to pray, and I just hope the Iranian people do something about it. Thank you.
I don't know what that was, but okay.
Oh, no, please God, no.
So did you see my comment in the chat, going back to the title of the room, that the Saudis came out with a statement, and Jordan, that no, they won't tolerate anything flying over their airspace if Iran shoots missiles? I put it in the chat.
Are you talking about Jordan?
Jordan
Or just
and Saudi Arabia. Saudi Arabia came out with the same statement.
Do you think they mean it? Didn't they say that before, or did they not say that before?
They did it before.
No, I know they did. I know they did it before, but
I think they mean it. I think that the bad actor in all this has been Egypt, and Egypt won't shoot anything down now. They're basically not joining in this international alliance. But Egypt also just got caught with their pants down because they just found those two massive tunnels where trucks were going back and forth with, arms and, Hamas tunnels going straight into Egypt that were transferring. And they thought that they were there, but they had to get deep, into that corridor to finally expose it. But so Egypt has not been a neutral actor. But so it's a great statement coming out of Saudi and Jordan.
I'm gonna address, I don't know, Poodle. I'm trying to invite you. I saw you requesting to come up. The doomsday approach. I don't know if you missed Marvin in here for the 3 hours he was in here talking about this and how it's a nothing burger.
No, I just
So I don't know what doomsday. Yeah, I don't know what doomsday.
You're limited to 30 seconds.
Kelly, you lie.
No, I don't. I swear to fucking God, I'm.
Alright, I'll try to be less vibey and more specific. Basically, I genuinely feel that things have gone too far. And I don't know, I'm reading that, what is it, Pakistan's gonna deliver nuclear weapons to Iran and all this shit. I just think that, I think it's a massive mess. I think both sides genuinely believe they're absolutely right and true, and the other side's evil. I just don't see it.
Well, it's certainly not listening to this.
I have deja vu actually because I think I heard the same exact thing being said in April after what happened, waiting for April 13th to come when Iran responded. How I did so. I don't know actually. I think this is just. We spent how many hours, Kelly, talking about this today? 10? 11?
I mean,
I think,
way too many.
Yeah. I don't know. I tend to agree with Marvin a little bit on this one. I'm gonna weigh with Marvin on this. All right.
I didn't hear what you talked about, Marvin. I'm just reading, and John's in here too. He probably can follow up on some of this. Just some of the reports off of Israeli television on what their intelligence is telling them they fear might be the targets, including the Knesset and the Prime Minister's home, as well as the Kiryat, the military headquarters. I have the list. I'm going to try to find it. John, did you hear what?
No.
Do you know what I'm talking?
No.
I don't know if you heard me. Let me try to find it. I can read it to you.
Yeah. Because we were talking about this with Marvin earlier.
I found it.
And okay.
Okay, so wait a minute. So Israel assesses that the Iran axis may target high-profile sites, the Knesset, the Prime Minister's office, IDF headquarters, Mossad headquarters, Air Force and IDF intelligence bases, and other potential targets are power plants, seaports, and the airport. And obviously, the area in Dimona, which is where, if they have, some significant weapons there.
And I know that maybe it's an off topic, but those people who are here and rushing around about talking about Hamas and blah blah, they never ever say any Russia invading Ukraine or how even we destroyed the hospitals. The children's hospitals in Ukraine. I'm just saying that, and these mullahs are puppets of Putin. And so I'm sure that even Russia has a huge role in what's
Sherry, Russia's planes are on Russia's had a significant military presence on the border of Syria and Israel. That's been there.
Because
so we do talk about
that. Yeah, these models are puppets. So, and if these things going really even further, so I'm so concerned even about the North Korea because of the
North Korea.
Yes, I am. Yeah.
Okay, so
Yeah.
there are reports that Putin told Iran to not go crazy. All I'm saying is that I think even in April, Abby, they were talking about specific targets, like ones you mentioned too, in April. So I don't know. Like honestly, right today, I'm just sitting here now thinking maybe Marvin is right, and it's just going to be another what did you call it? A nothing burger? Nothing burger?
From Iran, or because so the other thing Israeli television's reporting, I don't know if Marvin touch this is that they think Hezbollah will shoot first. So it will come from the north first before Iran. So is he saying the Iranian component will be a nothing burger?
Yeah.
Oh, Sherry, hold on one second. Is that what he was
Just like in
saying?
April. Yeah, just like in April where, we had, the news broke out and then Iran said, okay, these are the coordinates and this is what we're gonna do. And then there was speculation that they were gonna target specific places. I think the PM's house was even included in there too in April. And then so-and-so is gonna, all of this stuff, it's like a rinse and repeat of April. Between April 1st and April 13th is what he was trying to say, is like it's the same shit. They're all just gonna tell each other what they're gonna do. They're gonna do something to save face. Make it something. We're all gonna be on Clubhouse talking about it for hours or days, and then it's gonna come and go, and nothing's gonna happen.
There was a
Relatively.
No, I'm sorry, were you done?
I just want to say relatively.
There was a point in time when they were, if you remember, when the Scud missiles were being shot, and Israel had the Patriot system, those Patriot batteries that would shoot them down.
Yeah.
And they shot Scuds to this really like high-end, beautiful neighborhood that's near Herzliya, like it's north of Tel Aviv, but like where the billionaires live. And it was also where it was the home of the defense minister at that time. His name was Moshe Aarons, and they shot trying to hit his house. Like it landed near his house, but not at on his house. And that was what the target was. So it wouldn't be the first time. Raphael just came in. He may know. Have you heard what I'm talking about out of Israeli TV? What they're anticipating they might be targeting?
No, I'm not familiar. I don't know what you're
No, they're saying the Kiryah, the PM's house, the Dimona. I mean, it was just channel 12 there.
That they're targets of this Iranian thing?
Yes.
No, I saw like some ridiculous list, but like to me, I thought that was just saber rattling. Is that more than that?
No. I mean, it's kind of what Marianne's saying, that it's probably that's what it is saber rattling.
So I'm here reading the news. I'm quite puzzled by right now, the Islamic Republic has not attacked Israel yet, as of now. It might happen tonight and tomorrow night, considering that they gave a notice to avoid their airspace due to military maneuvers in the next 2 days. Okay, so that has not happened, and already, and they could decide still like what they're going to do, if they're going to do it, what they're going to do, to what level, and all that. And already the Secretary of State of the United States tells Israel to limit the response and all that, and don't push it, and gives a warning to Israel, as well as Iran, but to Israel too. So what message does that give to Iran? Isn't that message like telling Iranians, okay, well, U.S. is already, number one, has accepted that you're going to attack Israel because you took away, or at least have not proved it, that the Israelis took the leader of a terrorist organization that was responsible for October 7, and we have accepted it, and now we're already giving a preemptive order or request to Israel not to respond. So is that the right policy? Isn't that like already taking the side of the terrorists and giving the right to them to even affect the territorial integrity of a country thousands of kilometers on the other side because just they don't like it? I just don't get it. Like, how did they get to this point?
Let me explain, but I think Poodle, if you want to say something real quickly, go ahead, but I want to
Yeah,
respond to you.
I just wanted to say, David, I mean, who knows what they work out for this particular set near-term events, how large or small they'll be. I just don't see, do you think that the leadership in either country's gonna listen to anyone? Like, nobody's gonna back down here.
But
You know,
why, how could they
yeah.
back, Poodle, like, you make no sense. How could they back, if you're being told, we just came in and massacred your people,
No,
and we're
Abby, you
planning
didn't
it
listen.
again, we're gonna do it again and again. 10-7
Yeah,
wasn't enough for us.
you're misunderstanding me, Abby. You're really misunderstanding me.
Yeah, I mean, thank God, because honestly, I don't know why you're wasting time with this, Poodle. And Poodle, this is the equivalent of someone coming into a room and saying, I can't believe that people are bothering to talk about this. Why aren't you talking about this other thing? Or like, I don't like this conversation.
No,
That's
can
not
I
what I'm
just
saying.
explain? Let me,
What I'm saying,
Poodle,
I'm
let
just
me
trying
try
to be, I'm
Poodle,
trying to be
let me
as
try.
grounded and as realistic as I possibly can about the situation. I'm just saying, I don't see either side backing down.
Okay,
I take that as a fact without people thinking like, I don't know, coming up with imaginary interpretations.
There is
What
a
I'm just saying, I don't see that.
here too.
David,
It's not
hang on,
just the
hang on.
I'm
Okay,
not
I
saying
think
sides
Poodle,
here, I'm just saying, I'm just reading the situation.
Poodle, respectfully, hold on.
okay, I think what you're trying to say, Poodle, is that no matter what's going on, you just don't see a light at the end of the tunnel, and that's scaring you. Because I read some of the things that you said in the chat. So the gist of it and the Cliff Notes version of it is that you're just scared because you don't think this is going to go anywhere, and it's just going to escalate, and every time it's just going to get worse and worse. Is that what you're trying to say?
I believe that's the most realistic reading of the situation.
So that the concern that you have, a fear that you have, that this is just going to repeat itself, but every time get worse.
Yes, because look, if you go into
Okay.
one side, one chapter in Clubhouse, you have people on one side, you go to another one on another side. I just don't see any solution.
Well, Poodle,
Okay.
there's one solution to this problem, and it's to not repeat that over and over and allow people to have a conversation.
So to answer you, David, I think I'm trying to remember what you said now because I got
that's the problem.
But,
It's like
it's okay. So I think you were saying something about why doesn't anybody stop this? Why is the U.S. sending a signal? It's mixed messages to the people of Iran or the people of Israel. And the U.S. is saying, okay, do this, but don't do it too much. Right, the people of the world. I have a red bar. Can you see this word? Okay, like it happened before. I'm just going to use April as an example because it's in everybody's minds. Again, it was just a few months ago. In April, the same thing happened. Okay, Israel did something. Whether they said they were justified to do it. Okay, great, they were justified to do it. Iran came back and said, no, you did this to us. This is direct. This isn't a proxy thing. This isn't something else going on with Hamas or whatever. We're coming straight to you because you did it on our soil. And so they decided that they were going to reciprocate and respond. The same dance happened in April. Iran said we're going to do this. U.S. said, okay, don't go do too much. So-and-so told Iran, okay, don't do too much. And then they also went and told Israel, okay, don't respond. Let's just everybody get their eye for eye in and let's just be done with it and move on. That's exactly what's happening. It's exactly what's been happening for a long time. It's going to continue to happen over and over and over again because whether we like it or not and think it's right or wrong, it's just the nature of what's going on over there. It is what it is. So until we reach that DEFCON level 1 that Poodle's worried about, where it elevates to a point of they really, really crossed lines. It wasn't just superficial tit for tat, because I'm of the opinion that maybe everybody was involved in getting rid of the Hamas leader. I don't know. But until it gets to that point, this is just going to keep happening. And all it's going to do is it's to show face. Like one person's going to say, I'm flexing. The other person's going to say, I'm going to flex back. And then we're all going to panic and think the world is coming to an end. And nothing's going to happen again for another 3 or 4 or 5, 6 months. And then the same shit's going to repeat itself.
Well, this is kind of a statement of some of the obvious. My point is something else. I mean, Blinken can call.
The message is giving. No, David, listen. The message it's giving is that it's way above our pay grades And people in those high positions don't care about what any one of us think, whether it's right or wrong, and whether we like it or not, or that Poodle's panicking over here.
I put in
I
the
understand
pinned
what
above,
the-
David, if this might help you, I pinned above. I'm not good at playing something in the room, so I don't know how to do it, but they interviewed John Bolton. It's like a 3-minute interview, and he's basically.
Do you want me to play it?
Yeah, if you could, I mean, he's spot on this.
Can I just make my point and then?
Yeah, go ahead and make your point, and now.
Okay, Blinken or whoever can call privately whoever in Israel and tell them what you just guys said, okay? I have no problem with that. And I understand that. But saying this publicly is intended to put pressure on Israel. That's the point. And this is not the time to publicly to put pressure on Israel. If you want to put pressure on anyone, publicly should be on the Islamic Republic, not Israel. Privately can tell everything you just said. And that's where I have problem.
Because
That's
you're
what
coming from a
Bolton says.
position. Yeah, but can I just say something to you real quick to that? David, I get why you're saying that. I get where you're coming from. I appreciate it. But that's coming from an emotional perspective of being Iranian. So there's a little bit of data.
Absolutely not. That's
no,
not.
it is. Like,
This is as an American I'm talking. Please do not just because I'm Iranian, just tell me that. Sorry. I'll just step down. I took.
David, don't step. Okay, I'm gonna try.
David, listen to this interview with Bolton, because it's exactly what you're saying.
Okay, so all right, I'm gonna play it now. Wait, could you guys hear that?
No.
Okay, hold on. I probably just need to do it through the web. I apologize. This is weird. I did this the other day too. Wait, am I still unmuted?
No, we can hear you.
Okay, all right, here we go. I'm gonna push start. If you don't hear anything, let me know.
I don't hear anything.
What the hell? I don't know why this does this. Okay, give me a.
John Bolton, the ambassador.
Can you check your connection, maybe something like that?
And an essay of USA, of America, that John Bolton.
Can I just say something within a second to put out?
Hold on one second.
Just a second, Sherry, what command override?
You just shut up.
Yes, no.
You shut up.
Get it to work.
1 second, everyone. 1 second. Yeah, I'm downloading it because it should work once it's downloaded. But yes,
John Bolton wanted to nuke Russia. That guy is a nutcase.
He's been saying it's Iran all along and calling out the administration.
He is actually has in the past and even now advocating for nuking countries, like dropping nuclear bombs on them.
Guys, can I ask you something?
That guy is a nutcase.
Friends,
I mean,
can I ask you?
do you think he's different than Lindsey Graham?
Was not the NSA, he was not affecting the.
But what the king did do with Iran?
He also wants to nuke Iran as well. As I said, that guy is a nutcase.
Could I hear from you what you think? What's the proposal, suggestion to end this conflict? Can I hear from you, from your
Yeah,
party?
I have a suggestion. I have a solution. The only way this conflict can be settled is that the evil regime of Iran be destroyed and be vanished, that's all. Because from the beginning, when this evil Islamic revolution happened, the first and major goal of Khomeini, evil, was destroying Israel. I don't understand how people even want to debate about it because it's so clear when they even they founded this Hezbollah Lebanon. Okay, everything happened since the Khomeini captured Iran, and there is only one solution. And till these evil mullahs won't be vanished, Israel should defend itself. Because, as I said in the beginning when they came, just this Saturday they had a room that there were so many people who are spying on this evil regime, and they are working with the Khamenei directly. One of them, he was saying there is two solutions with these conflicts. One, if we want to have a discussion with Israel, which is very complicated, and the second solution is destroying Israel. That is the right thing. Okay, so how on earth anyone can say, oh, let's go and talk about peace, or let's see if we can find a solution? No. What on earth? Did you see what happened on 7 October? This is not the first thing happened that time.
Are we ready to play it?
Yes, please
Okay.
play it right now. Please, right now.
Okay, hopefully this works. Could you guys hear that?
We don't hear anything. So, Mademoiselle Shirley, I respect your, but
Seriously. While you're trying to get to work, David, I wasn't trying to offend you. I wasn't coming from that place. I think I'm aggravated in general with the general sentiment of people, and I lumped you into that, so I apologize.
That's okay, I understand.
does someone else have their point of view to propose?
Yeah,
to
hang on.
discuss?
Yeah, we're gonna get there. I mean, just hang on a minute. Sherry, this is my view. Who helped support the regime from with the revolution to go into Iran and make it the Islamic Republic of Iran and have the regime control that it has? Who helped?
Okay, I know the answer, but I do believe
Just
it's
answer.
the Iranian.
I answered.
No,
Sherry, I don't
Iranian people themselves, they did this to
But
themselves.
besides-
Yes,
But
it's
the
nothing
Iranian
to
people-
do. It's nothing
Oh
to
my
do
God.
with
Sherry.
Israel. Okay,
If I
Maya.
don't hear 3 countries coming out of your mouth, then I know you don't know what you're talking about. What
Oh,
countries
Do you
supported
think
it
nobody
at the
knows
same
about the
time?
USA that how even supported financially Khomeini when he was in Montfluchetou in France?
Okay.
Even
And what else?
even
And
in the kindergarten they know. But if the Iranian people never came to the streets and be against their own king, we never had these conflicts. Nobody could remove the
But
king.
I'm getting somewhere. Hang on. Poodle, hang on. Look, I'm getting somewhere with this, okay? I'm getting somewhere. So if you just answer the question very simply, I can get there. So now we're talking about a situation going on, right? In April, we had whatever happened between Israel and Iran. We are having it again happen now. The statement that many make is we just got to get rid of this evil regime and everything is going to happen.
It's going to be settled. Okay.
Who benefits who benefits from this?
I don't know which yeah, hold on, I have
Just giving an update on the Corey Bush primary, that it's 19% reporting, and Bella's up 33%.
Okay, I'm gonna try this again. Hopefully it works. Can you guys hear that?
Loser.
We didn't hear anything. No.
What the hell?
Link up at the top and then everybody can just play along.
What you,
I think it is.
If you send it to me, I can play it from my laptop.
it's pinned to
My phone next. Oh, there it is, sorry. I'll get it.
Not destruction
you know,
of Iran, not destruction of
I'm
Iran,
saying that if you want it,
destruction of the Islamic regime. They're two different entities. I mean, when we talk about Islamic regime, it's absolutely different from the people of Iran. Iranians have uprising since 2015 at least 5 times. And one of the things I have to let everybody know is what the Islamic regime wants to do and what they can do is 2 different things also. They absolutely, yes, they want to go destroy Israel, but they cannot do it. And one of the reasons at this moment is because they do not have the Iranian people support. Iranian people have not supported any war with anybody in the country, in any other countries. We do not absolutely want to go to war with Israel. If we find Israel as our friends,
Could we
find
summarize
that no, we do not have any enemies in the in Middle East or any other countries. Our enemy is Islamic regime, and all we need from everybody else, from the United States, Western countries, is just to support our people. I don't know why every time we have uprising, you guys not supporting us. We just struggling with this regime for 45 years, and we still bleeding. And we talk about, oh, we do not want war with the Islamic regime. The Islamic regime wants to have a war with everybody. They bring in chaos to the Middle East from the time they came on the power. That's all I have to say.
It means you support this point of view that destruction of Iran is the solution.
okay,
Maria,
I have the video ready. I mean, I'm gonna come to you afterwards, but let me just play this. Let me see if this works, so you guys tell me if you hear it.
Welcome in now, John Bolton, who was U.S. Ambassador to the United Nations, as well as National Security Advisor in the Trump administration. Ambassador, good morning to you. Iran's supreme leader has directly called for a retaliatory strike on Israel. How do you see things playing out over the next couple of days?
Well, I think it's almost certain they will try something like that. It was a real humiliation for the Iranian regime that one of their terrorist commanders, in effect, was killed in Tehran. So I don't doubt that Iran will try to do something. I think it demonstrates why the last time Iran attacked Israel with 320 drones, ballistic and cruise missiles, it was a mistake for the Biden administration to pressure Israel to respond by attacking merely one of the Iranian launch sites. I think Iran thinks it can get away with this. I hope they're making a big mistake.
Do you see the U.S. getting involved if war spreads across the Middle East, or should the U.S. get involved?
Well, there is war across the Middle East. This is another thing the administration doesn't understand. We're not dealing with a conflict in Gaza or a conflict with Hezbollah in North Lebanon or a conflict with the Houthi closing the Red Sea or a conflict in Iraq with Shia militia. This is all an Iranian ring of fire strategy. That's the Iranian name for it. It's been going on since at least October the 7th. So we've been in a wider since then. And unless the U.S. understands that strategically, we're going to be worse than useless in trying to deal with what the real threat is here. Real threat is the regime in Tehran.
Still, these recent killings, again, concerns about rising tensions in the Middle East. If you can, for people at home, sort of put these killings into context, the significance of that news.
Well, they are senior leaders of the groups Hamas and Hezbollah that Iran has been arming, equipping, training, financing, and directing for years and years, decades in the case of Hezbollah. And they are the surrogate weapons, really, that Iran intends to use against Israel and ultimately against the Arab states in the Persian Gulf. So that's why I say you can't look at this as discrete, unrelated, individual, ad hoc conflicts. It is part of a bigger plan. If the bigger plan comes from Tehran, That's what Israel's trying to respond to. And it's been under enormous pressure from the Biden White House not to respond as strongly as it could. And as long as that response from Israel looks weak, it will tempt the leaders in Tehran to go further, which I think is about to happen.
Ambassador, if I can here quickly, one last question for Secretary Blinken said just a few hours ago that enduring peace starts with a ceasefire in the Middle East. Do these killings, these recent headlines, do they impact that potential for a ceasefire?
Well, I think they make the ceasefire less likely, but he's fundamentally wrong in saying a ceasefire in Gaza will lead to the solution of the problems in the Middle East. The problems in the Middle East come today almost entirely from Iran. And until the administration and this country are prepared to address the threat, not just the terrorist threat, but the nuclear threat from Iran, this chaos will continue.
Okay, former Ambassador John Bolton, thank you for your time this morning. Thanks for watching, everybody. Go to join it.
There you go.
So he's saying that Israel had its hands tied on its response after the attack in April. And by having its hands tied, it gave Iran the license that they can attack with impunity.
Yeah, I don't know. I think I see things fundamentally different here because is this man actually suggesting that, let's say, I don't know, bombing the crap out of Iran is actually a military option?
Yeah, Poodle, since let's talk about what he just said, that everything is tracking back to Iran. Do you know that we just lost some
I know that.
Did you hear what I just said? We just lost American soldiers dead, like not injured, dead by an attack that just came at them at a base. So there's going to be a point, and unfortunately, we have such a weak president right now. There's got to be a point where we revenge or we attack back because we just lost troops.
But do you think Israel's ready to go to a 5 or 10 year war of attrition with Iran?
How do you see 5 or 10 years? Like what?
Or do you think?
What is 5 or 10 years?
Like,
Tell me about Tell me about Iran's Air Force.
I know enough about Iran that
Tell me about their Air Force.
it can cause a lot of problems in the Middle East
Tell me
and for the world.
Just a quick correction, is actually Iran.
I don't know. You know what?
Sorry about that.
Sorry, it's my Philly accent. I
Iran is
apologize.
very, very weak, and yeah, maybe Iran is very, very weak, and maybe the threat is just overblown. I'm not sure. I just don't think it's a good idea.
The idea is
I do.
Why you delete my comments or why you don't delete the comments of Cherry and I'm sure it's you.
I just like to say Iran is much bigger than Iraq.
I know, but they don't delete this check.
But the question is the retaliation from Iran within the conflict? Is the reaction from United States, Israel, Europe will support Israel within the conflict? This is my point.
Well, I don't know. I mean, what's the U.S. interest? Just think about it logically. What's our concern over there? What happens in that part of the world that affects the United States? Okay. So, percentage of commerce.
If you go through since 1948, the politics and the presidents and all the governmental people in the United States from 1948, the date of establishment of Israel, up to date, no one of them